and final hour of the program. Appreciate everybody tuning us in on this Thursday. Don't forget, it's always a fun Friday with Coach Wimp Sanderson, Mike Rodak, Kyle Parmalee. We'll also have our weekly Bet It or Forget It segment. Man, everybody did really well last week. But the point spreads this week of the 5 SEC games, we did not leave the conference this week. We stayed all in the friendly confines of the Southeastern Conference. These point spreads very, very low, very close. We'll see if Conrad can overcome his 0-5 last week.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What?
I did not go 0-5 last
You went 2-3.
You went 1-4, right?
1-4.
No, I went 2-3.
I thought it was 1-4.
No, because I had the under in the Auburn game, and I had Alabama to. Crap.
See, 1-4.
I'm trying to remember. I might have gone 1-4. Dang it.
I feel good about two out of the 5.
No, because Alabama moved to 2.5 for Bet It or Forget It, so I did hit on Alabama.
Why do you try to have revisionist history on this show?
Because I got it right. Thanks to you changing the point spread at the last.
You actually went 2-3.
Yeah.
You were dead last week.
But I'm not.
But you were 2-3
overall.
So he's 2 games back of me. How many is Molly?
No, yeah, he's 2 games back of you, and Molly's 3 games back.
Okay. That's where I wanted to be. That was my goal prior to the start of the season. Preseason, that's what I said. I'd like to be a couple of games up at the midway point.
Well, I was about to say, the halfway point is we've had the warm-up. Now I really feel
it gets serious.
Yeah, now I feel like I have a really good read on all these teams, so watch out.
These SEC games are tough to pick.
Yeah, no kidding.
They're close. Well, tonight you've got Tulsa at East Carolina. That's a 6:30 kickoff. 17.5-point spread for East Carolina. Meanwhile, this afternoon,
what's the over-under? Sorry.
Oh, you had to ask. The over-under is 54. Were you going to play $1 on the game?
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about taking the under. I think Tulsa's going to have a really difficult time scoring on East Carolina.
Okay, 54 is the point total. Meanwhile, we've got afternoon baseball at 5:08 from Chavez Ravine as the Brewers, they try to get a win in the series against the Dodgers. Dodgers lead that 2-0. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays took out the Mariners last night 13-4. Seattle still leads the series 2-1. Game 4 is at 7:33 tonight. And don't forget about the NFL Thursday night game as the Pittsburgh Steelers will be in Cincinnati, Ohio, taking on the Bengals. They are a 4.5-point favorite as 2 40-year-old quarterbacks, over 40, will go head-to-head.
Yep. It's going to be eventful with storylines going on. We just talked to David Waters there in Gainesville, the future of Billy Napier. What is your gut telling you, Pat, right now?
If he's staying or going?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
do you think this weekend we get anything?
I don't. Listen.
I don't.
No, because they're going to go and beat Mississippi State now.
But what does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything, but they're not going to fire him right after that. I'm with you. They should have just fired him last year.
I don't understand the hand-wringing going on. I mean,
I don't either.
He's not your future.
No, he's not.
It's over. Be done with it. Move on.
I agree. But they should have done that last year, and they didn't. So
they've got 6 games left. If he splits those games, and you know Florida's schedule, if he splits those, they go 5-7. Mississippi State this weekend, Georgia, Kentucky. All right, I'll give you Mississippi State and Kentucky. You got Ole Miss, Tennessee, and then FSU at the end of the year. I'll give you FSU.
Tell you, I love my idea. Fire him. Let Spurrier come back, be the interim head coach.
Yes.
Could you see him across the way from Kirby?
Oh, no shoes on.
Could you imagine the jokes that Spurrier would have for Kirby Smart about timeouts and everything else? Gosh, man, that was just the greatest ever because he would smack Phil Fulmer around every year. And that's why Tennessee, it was so funny that Tennessee never won a national championship with Peyton Manning, but the moment that Peyton Manning left, they won one with T. Martin because they never could beat Florida at the beginning of the season. Never could. Spurrier, favorite joke. You can't spell citrus without UT.
Yeah.
Because Tennessee would always have to go to the Citrus Bowl because they were never playing for anything except a Citrus Bowl championship.
It's a great line.
Can't spell citrus without UT.
UT.
The old ball coach. And you got to give him kudos because he was the first guy at the beginning of the year said, what is Arch Manning? Why does everybody proclaim him the greatest quarterback in the history of the SEC? You've already given him the Heisman Trophy for what?
He was right.
Spurrier and Conrad Van Order.
That's right.
All over the early predictions.
Holly, you were slobbering all over him.
Yeah, we'll see. I might have to revise my quarterback rankings because he's currently 14th in the SEC, so maybe he moved up to 13th.
You like him because he has the Bama bangs.
All right,
right.
so speaking of coaches potentially on the hot seat or jobs being open, I know we don't spend a lot of time talking about Virginia Tech.
And we should. We should spend a lot more time talking Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech used to be a really, really good program. Now, you guys, I'm talking about Molly and Conrad, may not remember this, but Frank Beamer had that program every single year. They played for a national championship one year.
If the offense was off, guys, special teams would
my
pick them
goodness.
up and they would win games.
It was amazing
Clockwork.
the number of punt blocks or field goal blocks. Just they were the best in the country. And, you know, and Shane Beamer has kind of taken after his father in regards to his, you know, the way that he runs their special teams at South Carolina. But I did come across this little blurb about some of the names being mentioned. And this is from the Virginia Tech, one of their main websites called VT Scoop. Do you have a subscription to that, Conrad? VT Scoop?
I'm signing up right now, Pat.
Okay. All right. It's behind the paywall. But I was given access to this.
I'm a member of Hokey Dokey.
Are you? I didn't know that was a thing. Okay. So here's their hot board. They say, hey, swing for the fences higher would be
Nick Saban.
James Franklin.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not Nick Saban.
Saw somebody bringing that one up again yesterday.
Yeah. They said, hey, how about a legacy Shane Beamer? Again.
Makes sense that you would have him on the list, yeah.
Absolutely. Now they call this one a career revivalist would be Dan Mullen. Now, Dan Mullen came out yesterday and literally gave the media in Las Vegas, I'm not going anywhere. I will be the coach at UNLV next year. It was basically Nick Saban all over.
I would hire Deshaun Foster before I'd hire him.
Okay.
Did you see who came out and endorsed Dan Mullen for the Penn State job yesterday?
Who?
Urban Meyer. On his little podcast.
All right, so then they go down the road of a low-risk hire, Manny Diaz at Duke. Okay? You know, Duke, I mean, he was decent at Miami, couldn't get him over the hump. You know, done okay at Duke. Alex Golish is on their list. That's another legitimate candidate. Okay, it's not James Franklin. John Sumrall, he's going to be listed on everybody's list of jobs. So VT Scoop's got him listed. And here's the one that got my attention.
Tulane's a better job right now.
This is the one that got my attention. He is a current Southeastern Conference head football coach. Would you like to take a guess?
Just because he coached in the state and resided on the mountain? No, not Hugh Freeze.
See, I was thinking it was going to be Hugh Freeze. I'll say Mark Stoops.
I will say Clark Lee.
Shane Beamer.
Mark Stoops.
Come on down.
Wow.
It says, I'll just read you what it says. It says his buyout is $3 million if he wants to leave Kentucky. He makes $9 million in Lexington. It says, an interesting name being tossed around behind the scenes is longtime Kentucky head coach Mark Stoops. A rough start to the 2025 season, only 2 double-digit win seasons and 12 completed seasons has Kentucky rumored to be considering a change. Stoops possesses a 47.6% win percentage at Kentucky.
Wow, they're making a really good case for them to go hire Mark Stoops, aren't they?
Kentucky is not
Go to
the
SEC.
Well, listen, Conrad, this is what they're saying.
Uh-huh.
Kentucky is not the easiest place to build a program, but Stoops has done that well. They appeared in a bowl game every year from 2016 through 2023 in a display of notable consistency. He has recruited well, though there is a growing concern about a lack of in-state recruits and declining on-field results. Stoops' tenure at Kentucky has been mired in controversy, from questionable decision-making to a revolving door at offensive coordinator to a public feud with former men's basketball coach John Calipari. He's been on the receiving end of a lot of criticism in Kentucky. Even former players have beginning to call for a head coaching change in Lexington. Could Virginia Tech provide the fresh start that Stoops needs? So that's directly from the Virginia Tech 247 site.
That would be great if Mark Stoops wanted to go there. But I see Stoops, if he left the Kentucky job, going to the Big Ten. Wouldn't see him going to a place like Virginia Tech.
Also, I have to imagine this situation. Like, he wouldn't leave Kentucky for the Virginia Tech job. It would be they fire him and then he takes a Virginia Tech job. Why would you leave Kentucky for that job? I mean, he has the cushiest job in maybe all of college football.
Him and Kirk Ferenz.
Yeah, no, they have. Why would you ever leave if they didn't ask you to leave?
No, it would be like, oh, go ahead, fire me.
Yeah.
Or they negotiate, like, for instance, a middle ground, because he would have to pay $3 million to get out of the deal if he wanted to leave. And whatever his buyout is, maybe they could come to some form of agreement where it
Just
wouldn't cost
meet in the
Kentucky
middle
as much.
Yeah.
They just say, hey, this is obviously not going to go anywhere. Let's just agree to disagree and move on.
Well, and if that would impact potentially the domino of a John Summerall hire somewhere.
At Kentucky.
Yeah. They make that phone call. Now, I do believe that John Summerall would, if he had the choice, that would be tough, but choose a more higher profile. I think that John Summerall is viewed by potential employers as a guy that could be an elite program. Sorry, Kentucky fans, but it is what it is.
So this is kind of like a Pat Ponders question.
I say elite program, viewed historically as one of those.
If the Auburn brass was told today that John Summerall would take the job tomorrow, would you fire Hugh Freeze today to be able to get to John Summerall?
Me? Yes.
I'm talking about.
Absolutely, because someone's going to get him. Yeah. If that is your guy.
I've not talked to one coach, high school, college, that has not said the same thing about Summerall. Summerall's a football guy. He is a grinder. He is a coach's coach. Talked to a guy this morning. He said, Summerall's my dude.
Because you don't want to.
That guy will win.
And I look, Auburn
you know what his record is?
has
Conference
money.
Record?
What?
23-3.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think if you're Auburn, right, if he's the guy you like and you can avoid getting into a potential bidding war type scenario where he's being pulled between, let's say, you and Florida or you and, Program B, yeah, you go ahead and make that call right now.
I think most Auburn fans would agree that if you were guaranteed right now that John Summerall could be your next head coach, but you need to make a move on Hugh Freeze by this weekend, would you do it? And I think the majority of people would say absolutely. Thank you, Hugh. Thanks for a couple of years of frustration. We're moving on.
Yeah. Thanks for the recruiting. Thanks for not getting us in trouble.
Yep.
But, yeah, we're going to try somebody else. Maybe they're better in close games.
Because it's just like the Billy Napier thing. The more and more that you keep punting the situation with Hugh Freeze, you're potentially giving him an opportunity to, okay, let's say you beat Mizzou this weekend. What are you really saying? Okay, then you're going to go beat Arkansas. What are you saying?
Or let's just say you go in at 5-6 to the Iron Bowl and he pulls that one off. You're not going to fire him after he just beat Alabama.
Or heck, he's 6-5 and then he beats Alabama and he's 7-5.
7-5. No, he's.
I mean,
I think
what's it? You go from a coach that told everyone at SEC Media Days that we're going to be in the college football playoff conversation in November, to now you're talking about being bowl eligible. Quite a difference.
You lose this weekend, that gives you 4 losses. You lose at the end of the year, that would give you 5. So wins over Arkansas, Kentucky, and Vanderbilt is what you're going to hang your hat on with a 7-5 and then go to a bowl game. It's a hard sell.
To be fair, is that not what Billy Napier did last year, right? Because they went 7-5, won 4 in a row, went 7-5, and then beat Tulane in the bowl game to get 8 wins.
Mm-hmm. And now right back where they started. Groundhog Day.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But at least in Florida's case, the buyout, the administration being in flux, new president, they had that to fall back on. No, it sounds crazy, but there's only $16 million standing between you and
somebody new.
Yep. But, and I get it. If I was a booster that wrote big checks, the last thing you want to do is replace another coach. Go through that whole thing. Build a culture. Put everything in place. That's a headache. It would be a lot easier if Hugh Freeze would just win football games.
But it's a less of a headache if you go after somebody like John Sumrall.
Yes.
Because of the money that would be owed him and the monies that you would have to put towards a staff, that would be less than it would going after an established name. Or, I'm not saying I've heard his name, I'm just throwing it out there, a Jimbo Fisher that's sitting on the sideline. Because at one time, Jimbo Fisher had a lot of support to be the next Auburn head football coach many, many years ago. I'm not saying it's still there, but, you know, you would have to pay him a pretty good coin. And then, you know, Jimbo's going to bring in a really good staff. And that would cost you a lot of money. Now, John Sumrall, very economical. And he's a good coach.
It'd be very interesting. If that Nathan King score prediction of, what was it?
Was Christian Clemente. He
Christian
had 14 to 6.
If Auburn scores 6 points against Missouri. I think after a couple of cocktails and watching another loss, some of those influential boosters might just
go ahead and write a check.
Hey, I'll write it tonight.
Give me your Venmo, John Cohen.
Pat,
There you go.
Everybody thinks I'm kidding, but those kind of decisions have been made after a football game and a wealthy person just saying, you know what? I know what I said earlier, but yeah, I'll pay 75% of it. I'll write that check.
Yeah.
And then he gets a buddy that has a ton of money.
It's a heck of a lot less than Brian Harsin and
that agrees to
Gus
pay the other
Malzahn.
25. Yeah.
Lot less. All right, we will continue on this Thursday. The text line is exploding as we speak. We'll get to those texts next on 3-Man Front.
122, three-man front. We got the NFL on Jocks coming up tonight. Steelers at the Bengals. Prize Picks, best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users just like me and sign up today. Download the Prize Picks app. Use code WJOX to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WJOX. Get $50 in lineups after you play the first $5 lineup. Prize Picks is simple to play. You're going to pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. It's across all sports. You can go with the 6. They got daily specials. NBA, it's cranking up. You can find it there at Prize Picks as well. But tonight we are going to go professional football. Conrad, this is right here in your wheelhouse. Steelers taking on the Bengals. DK Metcalf, hotty toddy, 0.5 rushes.
Time.
That is exactly right.
Last week he's been their go-to guy. Yeah.
We're going to stay with the Steelers. In the balance. Passing yards.
They're
More
really
or
good at
less.
that. I'm going to go less. He's averaging under that
Yep.
on the season. Let's go less.
All right. I was leaning less too. I'm glad you decided to agree. We can both be wrong if we lose, but hopefully we'll win. We hit both of those, we're a winner. You can be a winner too. Download the Prize Picks app. Don't forget promo code WJOX to get the $50 in lineups after the first $5 lineup. That's right. Prize Picks. It's good. Be right.
So 28 college football writers and reporters for The Athletic, they have decided that, hey, it's midseason, so let's kind of do not a reboot or redo, but let's go ahead and predict the rest of the season out on what they think is going to happen. Who will win the national championship? As of this moment, according to those 28 staff members of The Athletic, they say that Ohio State is going to be crowned the national champion. The team with the second most votes was Miami, followed by Notre Dame, Oregon, Texas A&M, Indiana. Now,
Texas A&M.
yeah,
Notre Dame?
Texas A&M was at 6%.
Team that Texas A&M beat.
Notre Dame was 10%.
I know that. I mean, they've looked a lot better, but they lose one more game, they're done for.
Yeah. So, what's the interesting part about that? I don't think anybody's going to argue about Ohio State, right?
No, I think
No,
that's
I'm
a
not.
smart pick right now. Yeah.
But according to the votes, who is Ohio State going to play for the national championship? Now, it's different than what I just read you in regards to, like, basically they said, okay, 28 guys, give us your who's going to win. You might have 5 people say Ohio State, and then 4 would be so-and-so and so forth. So, according to their 28, the team that is most likely to lose the national championship to Ohio State at 34.5% is Alabama.
So it's interesting. They had they weren't in the top 6 vote getters for winning it, but they had the most votes for making it there and not winning it.
Correct. 34.5% of those voters said that Alabama would lose the national championship to Ohio State. Next was Miami, then Texas A&M, Texas Tech, and then Oregon.
That's good news, bad news, Conrad. Good news is you're back in the title game. Bad news is your heart's broken.
Yeah, no, I mean that would be unfortunate. It's just, again, I know you said it's different. It's just I'm trying to wrap my head around how nobody picked Alabama to win the national championship, but they all picked Alabama to make
play
it and
for it.
lose.
Yeah.
Like what? Okay.
All right, who will win the Heisman Trophy? 44.8% picked this one quarterback, and 37.9% picked another quarterback.
Mendoza.
Ty won, Mendoza 2.
Mendoza at 44.8%. Ty Simpson was second at 30. It wasn't even close after that. Like, it was Mendoza or Ty Simpson. Carson Beck got 6%. Dante Moore at Oregon, 3.4%. Diego Pavia got 3%. And Jeremiah Smith, the greatest wide receiver in the history of college football.
No, Pat. The greatest football player
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
ever.
My mistake.
Ever.
Yeah, I like that better.
Any position, the best ever.
So they also went ahead and gave their predictions for the rest of the season in the conference championship races. ACC, they've basically got Miami and Georgia Tech as the top two teams. The Big 12, Texas Tech and Cincinnati. Cincinnati's played really good football.
Yeah, they have.
Yep.
Mhm. Good quarterback.
Let's see here. Big 10, Ohio State, Indiana
All right.
as the two. Sorry, Molly, Nebraska did not make the top list. SEC, as of this moment, they've got Alabama, 55.2% chance of winning the Southeastern Conference Championship. Texas A&M at 37.9.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be something? The Aggies and Alabama not playing during the regular season. Texas A&M's never been to the SEC championship game, and they'd go up against Alabama, according to The Athletic. The Group of 5 playoff race.
I'm still pulling for Alabama Ole Miss.
The most likely team, according to The Athletic, to make the college football playoff from the Group of 5 is South Florida at 45%. Coming in next, tied, is Memphis and Tulane. So those are the 3 top teams in the American right now.
Yeah.
So those would be the teams that would be vying for that. So this is the Athletics consensus midseason college football playoff bracket. Number 1 seed is Ohio State. They would play the winner of number 8 Georgia and number 9 Ole Miss.
Love it.
Getting another bye right underneath Ohio State in the bracket would be the 4th seed Indiana. They would play the winner of the 5th seed Texas A&M and the 12th seed South Florida.
Okay.
In the next section of the bracket, having a bye would be the University of Miami. They would await the winner of number 7 Oregon, number 10 Notre Dame. So it's interesting that they still feel that Notre Dame is going to put themselves in a position to make the playoffs. And in the final bracket, the final section of the bracket, in the same section as Miami, with the number 3 seed Alabama, they would await the winner of number 6 Texas Tech and number 11 Georgia Tech. So Georgia Tech, Landrum's Ramblin' Wreck, they make the playoffs. So Texas Tech versus Georgia Tech.
Oh, we're going to the playoffs.
And the winner would play Alabama. And according to The Athletic, the next 5 that would be on the list to potentially make the playoffs would be Southern Cal, Tennessee, LSU, BYU, and Memphis. Why you give me a stank face?
I don't know. I don't know which one of those teams made me do that, but I felt it.
So that is the Athletics mid-season thoughts and predictions as we get ready for the second half of the season.
Don't even need to play the games now.
Would you be happy with Alabama being a 3 seed
Yes.
in the college football playoff
Absolutely. That'd be fantastic.
and lose the national championship to Ohio State?
I would not love that.
We're just trying to go 1-0 this week, Pat. 1-0.
We saw how that game played out the last time.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah.
Broke that dude's collarbone on the first play. They weren't ready for it. They were not ready for it. They really weren't.
No, they weren't.
All right. When we come back, we'll do some Pat Ponders. Busy show. Appreciate everybody tuning us in. This is 3-Man Front on Jocks. 134, welcome back. This is Three-Man Front on Jocks. We'll do some Pat Ponders coming up momentarily. I want to tell everybody about Abide Roofing. Need to call them today for that free roof inspection and consultation. That's 205-941-6223 or abideroof.com. You know, we've got some rain coming up here in central Alabama, and it's going to be heavy storms over the weekend. So you need to make sure that everything's right on top of your roof. That's where Abide Roofing can come in. Travis Lloyd and his excellent roofing team, they're ready to serve you at 205-941-6223. Don't wait for a small problem to become a big, huge disaster. Abide Roofing is ready to step up and help. They'll come and give you that free inspection for you. No sales pitch, no pressure. They want to make sure your roof is safe. Whether it's just a couple of shingles that need to be replaced, they can take care of that, or a whole new roof replacement like they did me just a couple years ago. Have the peace of mind of knowing that the very best in the business has been on your roof and they can take care of you. At Abide Roofing, that number again is 205-941-6223. 205-941-6223. abideroof.com.
He asks questions. We do our best to answer them. Always entertaining, sometimes insightful. This is Pat Ponders.
I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind.
It's time for Pat Ponders.
All right, it's brought to you each and every day by Courtesy GMC and Trustful. Get by and see them and their 9 acres of inventory right off of I-459 exit 32 in Trustful. That is courtesybirmingham.com. Question number 1. The NCAA's Division I Administrative Committee last week proposed a change to rules barring commercial logos on uniforms. So if the proposal is adopted, schools could place 2 commercial logos on uniforms and pregame/postgame apparel during non-NCAA championship competition. Also, 1 additional commercial logo would be permitted on equipment used by athletes. So here's the question. How many logos, if any, do you believe Alabama and Auburn will have on their uniforms for next season in football?
I'll say 1, and whatever they think the maximum value is for each, you just triple that value, and you tell whoever wants to play ball, you're going to pay this price if you're going to be on this jersey. So 1.
But you think both Alabama and Auburn will take advantage of that next year?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, it's kind of like the field advertisements and how we thought, oh, yeah, you know, they'll adopt it eventually, but maybe it'll take a couple years. Nope, they got right into it. So I think they'll do the same thing with the jersey patch. And I think Landrum hit the nail on the head, right? You find a way to package it as you want to be the sole sponsor of Alabama Auburn football. You're going to pay this amount, and if you don't, then we walk because we have X, Y, and Z down the road.
We're giving you first right of refusal.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think if you're Auburn, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, do we think you go Apple maybe? Like, would that be a conversation you would have, or do you just go a different direction?
I think Yellowwood would be a natural fit, but Apple just doesn't seem like they want to probably
be in
show
that realm.
in that realm, or show any favoritism or
Fair.
what could be construed as
fair.
But yeah, he would definitely be on my list.
I mean, it just makes sense because of Tim Cook.
For sure.
It's more money, so absolutely. But I agree. I would be shocked if there were more than 1, but I think they'll probably upcharge it so you are the sole sponsor on the jerseys.
Now, I think that there will be schools that
be NASCAR'd up.
Yeah.
It'll be tackied up.
But I think for Alabama and Auburn, they would just go 1.
Just 1.
Yeah.
All right.
Nebraska's going to have 3, though.
That's exactly right.
Question number 2. Yesterday, Chicago native and White Sox baseball fan Pope Leo XIV was riding in a Vatican City parade. A spectator in the crowd shouted, "Go Cubs!" The Pope quickly retorted in both Spanish and English, "They lost." An obvious shot at the Cubs losing in the playoffs. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how good was this diss by the Pope?
It's
a solid 5.
No, but to do it in multiple languages, I'm going to give you bonus points for that. That's a 7.
Okay.
It could have been better if he had said, "I forgive you, repent."
Because you're a Cubs fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a 9. It's the Pope. It's awesome.
See, but that's the only reason that it's a good comeback is because it's the Pope, which is
Well,
cool.
yeah, it's the Pope.
It's fair.
It's if you or I said that, it's not a good comeback. It's because it's the Pope,
Right.
which is cool. It makes it cool.
It's the Pope.
But I go with Langell, man. He did it bilingual.
In multiple languages,
Yeah.
yeah. I think
can
it's
Google
awesome.
Translate something real quick and do it in 2 languages
Look,
for
Connor,
you.
I just, you don't
Not as
appreciate it.
cool.
I thought you were bilingual.
No, I'm ambidextrous.
Oh,
No, I thought he spoke Haydenese.
Hey, y'all be talking about me like that. There's some good people up there.
There's some great people in Hayden.
oh yeah.
I love Hayden.
That's something. It's not a slap in the face of people of Hayden.
You got great people up there. My son married
I
someone
know.
from Hayden.
Hayden's great people.
Yep, good people. Solid.
It is. And now you have actual places you can eat up there, so it's even better.
The Chicago White Sox sent out the video
Wow,
of him
There
doing
were
that.
when I was growing up.
that's great.
As they should.
Hey, remember for like an hour, everybody believed he was a Cubs fan.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
We started doing our
Yeah.
That was a fun day. Was that when Trey Wallace was on with
That's
us?
when he was
When
on.
Yeah.
Broke the news.
while he was on the show.
It was a fun day.
We'll always be connected with Trey Wallace.
Yep.
That's right.
Because of that. All right, question number 3. Tonight is Thursday Night Football on Prime. And I was reading that the median viewer age of a broadcast on Amazon on Thursday nights for the NFL game is 48 years old. That is 7 years younger than the NFL's TV audience on a regular television network. So it got me thinking, want to get your opinion. Does this prove the NFL's future is in streaming, or are just older fans just refusing to log in and stream?
I think it's the future is streaming, and the older demographic is getting more comfortable with streaming.
I think the future is streaming. I mean, now we have the Netflix games. I think you're going to get more and more every year.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both, but I do think that part of it as well goes into, you know, in terms of why it skews a little younger. Like, you've still got a lot of people, and God bless them, they don't understand the concept. Like, it's hard enough for them to remember how to go to the channel guide on their TV. And when you throw in, well, you got to go to the homepage and you got to select Amazon Prime, and oh, you got logged out. Well, I hope you remembered your password.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's just still a large barrier to entry for a lot of older people. And so that's why you're seeing the average age skew younger. But I do think streaming is ultimately the future.
I do think that just older people that I deal with in my life, a lot of them have. I remember getting the phone calls a couple of years ago. Hey, where's the NFL game? Hey, it's here. Let me tell you how to get. Well, I don't have that. Don't get that anymore. More comfortable with the streaming. And then, what are your normal TV habits? So at our home, we don't watch a lot of regular TV. It's a lot of streaming.
Yeah, I don't either.
On the different apps. So even by default, if for some reason, which I don't, but forgot that there was an NFL game on tonight, I would instantly have that promo from our friends at Prime reminding me, hey, this is going on or this is coming up. That helps too.
It does. You're right.
Next question. You're an assistant coach, coordinator in the National Football League. A genie comes to you offering you one wish, but the wish can only come from one of these 2 options. Here's wish number 1. You can remain a coordinator, a coach in the NFL for every year moving forward until you're 65 years old. Or wish number 2, become a head coach in the NFL for 23 games, but you will only win 4 games. Which wish will you take?
So we're choosing between failed head coach or
Can I ask
consistently
follow-ups?
successful coordinator?
Yes.
Can I ask follow-ups?
Mhm.
How old am I?
33.
Okay. What is my salary? NFL. I mean, for head coach.
$250,000. Oh, head coach?
Yeah.
$3 million.
I think I will take the coordinator position for life, or for until I'm 65.
Me as well. I don't want to be a failed head coach.
Yeah, coordinator, coach NFL, get to live in a lot of different cities when you get fired from one job and go to the next, but you're always in.
I mean, if you go 4-19 as an NFL head coach, that's horrible. No one's going to want to remember me.
Oh, they'll remember you.
Well,
That's Lane Kiffin.
fair.
I asked the coach of the Titans that just got fired. He
Yeah.
got 23 games and went 4-19.
I was like, that's an oddly specific number that Pat threw out there. There it is.
It's the old, is it better to have loved than have never loved before? Same thing with the head coaching.
I'll be a coordinator. That's fun too.
Yeah. You would phrase the question differently, but ask someone like Hugh Freeze right now that question. A similar question. Or Billy Napier, a similar question.
Yeah.
Well, Billy Napier different. But.
All right, final question of the day comes courtesy of BB. Describe the worst date you've ever been on in your life.
All right, who wants to go first?
I think I told this story on the air before. Okay, well, remember when I lost my date at the
Yeah, I remember
football
that.
game,
Mhm.
all right? Well, there's another one from high school. And this girl was from another school, met up with some mutual friends, went to a movie, and the breath.
Oh, yeah, that's
It
tough.
was so bad, I thought that somebody had passed gas.
Okay, that's a bad one.
I think it was gas. It was just
So it
happened to be
wasn't
coming out of her mouth.
It wasn't particular a place that you went. It was the fact of who you were with.
Yeah.
And okay, I got you.
It was bad. And you know me with my weak stomach. They're wondering why.
You're just dry
I'm
heaving the
dry
whole
heaving
night.
in the movie theater. Yep. I had to get up and go to the bathroom.
Yeah, mine would be in a similar vein. It wasn't, like where we went. It was more about the person I was on a date with in itself. Because this was back in high school. And so we went to the movies. But it was a weird situation where the girl that I was going on a date with, her and this other girl were really good friends. And let's just say other friend didn't really go on a lot of dates, right? So when I'm going on a date, she says, hey, well, my other friend gets left out a lot, so maybe she can come along with us and whatever. I don't want her to be left alone. So she third wheeled with us. And it was horribly awkward. I mean,
Was she good looking?
we went, her friend?
Yeah.
No.
That was a hard no.
No,
Yeah.
sorry.
No.
She was really
Ooh.
nice. Anyways, but we went to the movies and they were talking to each other the entire time that we were at the movie. Like where it's rude to the other people around you. And that was really obnoxious. And as we've discussed with some of my past experiences, I wouldn't say that I have like the total mouth of a sailor, but I'll let it fly sometimes. She made me blush with the amount of cursing she did, like in public areas, like in the lobby of a movie theater with families and children around, where I was like, this is making me uncomfortable. And I was 17 years old. So yeah, that was the worst
Did you
date.
know? Did you know this girl real well? No.
No, I did not.
Okay.
No, she went to a different school and we had like met one time and I thought she was cute and we went on one date and we did not go on another date.
Well, my date was cute.
Yeah, I thought my date was cute. She just
She is stunk.
didn't like her personality.
Her breath. I think she was burping a lot.
So mine is similar to Conrad's because it was at a movie theater. And just word of advice. First of all, a movie theater, that is the worst place to go on a first date because you can't really talk to the person that you're on your date with. And this was the first date I had ever been on with this guy. And it was a group date. It was him and like 2 or 3 of his other friends. Like, hey, me and some buddies, like they're bringing their girlfriends to the movies. Do you want to go with me as a first date? And I was like, sure. Okay. One of the guys, again, I was not with this guy, but one of the guys decided it'd be a really good idea to bring not 1, but 2 women with him. And so the whole time it was me and the guy that I was dating. And then this other guy just with 2 ladies on his arm the entire night. I don't know how he did it.
The ladies were good with
They
it?
were cool
They
with
were
it?
fine with it, I guess.
Hell yeah, props to him.
There seems to not be a problem with them.
I mean,
And they were nice girls.
If
I
they're
was
cool
just
with it.
flabbergasted.
I don't know where this guy is, but
Tip.
of the cap, my friend.
That's impressive stuff right there.
So did all y'all go somewhere after the movie?
Well, we went to dinner before the movie.
Oh.
And I just remember sitting there and I asked the guy, I said, hey, does he have a girlfriend? He goes, oh, no, he brought both those girls. I was like, oh, okay.
See, my trip to the movie with 2 girls did not look like that, unfortunately.
That's how Kip rolls. He's all into symmetry.
I just was like, how does this work? I'm not even kidding. Lincoln, Nebraska.
Well, we can.
Was that was in college?
I was in college, yeah.
What about you, Pat?
It's so weird that this question came up because girl that I wanted to see for a while in college. This was not my wife. This was before I met my wife. And she had a little sister. And her little sister wanted to go to the New Kids on the Block concert. And so
everybody, if you're gonna take a hand.
And so she asked if, hey, I know this is not much of a first date, but would you like to go with us to the concert? Okay, sure. Okay. Well, just so happens, it happened to be the third Saturday in October, 1990. Philip Dole, who I went to high school with at Huffman High School, kicks a 47-yard field goal to beat the Tennessee Vols and kickstart the career of Gene Stallings at Alabama. And I'm at the BJCC with Mark Wahlberg
and Donnie and
all the
other ones were.
Folks in the band and singing "Hanging Tough." It was absolutely the worst date I've ever been on in my entire life.
Did you have a blue jean jacket on? I bet you did.
I bought all the gear.
Yeah, what were you wearing?
I'm sure I had my jeans pegged.
It's undefeated. Yeah. Yep.
Just kidding.
You probably bought her little sister stuff, trying to score
you better
points.
believe it.
Yeah.
What do you want? You want that? Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah.
Well, how did everything go?
Oh, it didn't last. But yeah, the third Saturday in October.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, I was like, oh, the things you did back in college.
Undefeated.
Yeah, every time. All right, that's Pat Ponders, brought to you by Courtesy GMC. We'll run to break. This is 3-Man Front on Jocks. We appreciate everybody joining us on this Thursday. Tomorrow, Landrum will be a jam-packed Friday in which we'll have Coach Wimp Sanderson, Mike Rodak, Kyle Parmalee. Better to forget it.
It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Fridays typically are. We appreciate all of your interaction here today. As Pat mentioned, we will have the blue plate coming up from Wimp Sanderson, who is on a tear. Heater right now. We continue. Have a wonderful day. God is great.